The city of Nakhchivan is the capital of the eponymous Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic of Azerbaijan, located 450 kilometers west of Baku. The municipality of Nakhchivan consists of the city of Nakhchivan, the settlement of Əliabad and the villages of Başbaşı, Bulqan, Haciniyyət, Garachug, Garakhanbeyli, Tumbul, Qarağalıq, and Daşduz.It is spread over the foothills of Zangezur Mountains, on the right bank of the Nakhchivan River at an altitude of almost 1,000 meters. Since June 9, 2009, by the decree of the President of the Azerbaijan Republic, the Bulqan, Garachug, Garachanbeyli, Tumbul and Haciniyyət villages of the Babek Rayon are included in the scope of the administrative territorial unit of the Nakhchivan city. History, legends and traditions. Armenian tradition claims Noah as the founder of Nakhchivan, and a mound of earth in the city is still visited by many pilgrims as his grave. See Tomb of Noah and Noah's Mausoleum. It should be noted that Armenian literature of the 5th through the 10th centuries does not have an ark story. It is not until the 13th century that the ark legends began to appear in Armenia, and by the 14th century these stories became popular. Antiquity. Nakhchivan was one of the prominent cities of the Armenian kingdom under the Artaxides, Arsacides and Bagratides dynasties from the 2nd century BC until the 11th century AD. In the 2nd century, Nakhchivan was known to Ptolemy under the name Nu Alpha Xi Omicron Upsilon Nu Alpha, and some scholars have sought to identify Strabo's otherwise unidentified Arcsator, mentioned in his description of the cities of Armenia, with Nakhchivan. Herodotus read that the river of Araz flows from the mountains of Metea into the country of Nakha. Potts writes that Nakhchivan was probably the capital of the Sinnic region of Sassanid Armenia during the late Sassanid period, when Sinnic was described as being located along the Araxes by Ananias of Shera. According to Subios, the Byzantine Emperor Heraclius marched through the Nakhchivan region during his campaign against the Sassanid Empire in 627 to 628. Some Armenian chroniclers additionally state that Heraclius destroyed the town of Nakhchivan before marching on to Ganzak. A legend that the city of Nakhchivan was founded by Noah developed during the Christian era. Feudal era. At the beginning of the 12th century, Nakhchivan became the capital of Artabek's state. At the start of the 20th century, Nakhchivan was the capital of a district of Yerevan Governorate of the Russian Empire. Modern era Republic era. During Nagorno-Karabakh War, the city, like the region itself, fell under a blockade. Although the city has no direct land connection to Azerbaijan, it has increased connections with Turkey and Iran in the recent years. During 1995 to 2012, Nakhchivan has undergone massive redevelopment, with the region's GDP rising by a multiple of 48. Geography. The city is spread over the foothills of Zangezur chain, on the right bank of the Nakhchivan River at an altitude of almost 1,000 meters. The floods and soil erosion spiked because of the decreased forest cover along river banks. As a result, reforestation projects implemented in the city to encourage tree planting. Climate. Nakhchivan has a continental semi-arid climate with short but cold, snowy winters and long, dry, very hot summers. Economy. Traditionally, Nakhchivan was home to trade industry, handicraft, shoemaking and hat-making. These industries have been largely replaced. The restoration enterprises and development industry, liberalization of foreign trade and the extension of the customs infrastructure, which has been largely responsible for Nakhchivan's growth in the last 2 decades, are now major parts of Nakhchivan's economy. Demographics. Religion. Culture. The city has a wide range of cultural activities, amenities and museums. Heydar Aliyev Palace, which has a permanent local painting exhibition and a theatre hall for an audience of 1,000 people, and a recently restored Soviet-time opera theatre where the Nakhchivan State Musical Drama Theatre realizes theatre plays, concerts, musicals and opera. Many of the city's cultural sites is expected to be celebrated in 2018 when Nakhchivan was designated an Islamic culture capital. Architecture. The city is home Momini Khatun Mausoleum, Gulistan Mausoleum, Noah's Mausoleum, Garabagla Mausoleum, Yusuf ibn Quziya Mausoleum, Imamzada Mausoleum and Mausoleum of Hussein Javad Mausoleums. The main site in the city is the heavily restored 12th century Momini Khatun Mausoleum, also known as Atabek Gumbezi. Momini Khatun was the wife of Elder Jizad Atabek Jahan Pahlavan, ruler of the Atabek Elder Jiz Emirate. The 10-sided monument is decorated with intricate geometrical motifs and Kufic script. It uses turquoise glazed bricks. It shares the neighborhood with a statue of its architect, Najami Nakhchivani, and a bust of Heydar Aliyev, also from the 12th century and by the same architect, is the octagonal Yusuf ibn Quziya tomb, known as Atababa, half abandoned near the main cemetery. In 1993, the white marble mausoleum of Hussein Javad was built. The Azerbaijani writer died in the Gulag during Joseph Stalin's Great Purge. Both the mausoleum and his house museum are located east of the theatre. Although being a recent construction, Hussein Javad's mausoleum is of great iconic importance, representing the ability of the exclave to live despite the Armenian embargo and becoming a symbol of Nakhchivan itself. The mausoleums of Nakhchivan was entered for possible inclusion in the list of World Heritage Sites, UNESCO in 1998 by Gulnara Mehmandarova, President of Azerbaijan Committee of ICOMOS International Council on Monuments and Sites. Cuisine. Nakhchivan's signature cuisine includes shirin plov, dastana, komba, tendia lavash and galan. Museums and galleries. The city also has many historical museums. The Literature Museum of Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic, Nakhchivan State History Museum, the Nakhchivan State Carpet Museum, and the House Museums of Jamshid Nakhchivansky and Baraz Kangali. There is also an archaeological museum found on Istiklal Street. The city has a few interesting mosques, particularly the Juma Mosque with its large dome. Modern museums in Nakhchivan include the museum under open air, Heydar Aliyev Museum, and the Memorial Museum, dedicated to the national strife between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Music and media. The regional channels Nakhchivan TV and Canal 35 and newspaper Shark APC are headquartered in the city. Sports. Araz Nakhchivan, one of the top futsal clubs in the European futsal arena, and regularly participates in UEFA Futsal Cup. Nakhchivan had one professional football team, Araz Nakhchivan, which competed in the top flight of Azerbaijani football, the Azerbaijan Premier League. In 2014, the city hosted Masters Weightlifting World Cup. Education. There are 3 professional, 6 musical, 22 secondary schools and a military cadet school in Nakhchivan administered by the city council. Universities and colleges. Nakhchivan is one of the Azerbaijan's main center of education and home to numerous universities. Nakhchivan State University, Nakhchivan Private University, Nakhchivan Teachers Institute. Transport. Public transport. Nakhchivan has a large urban transport system, mostly managed by the Ministry of Transportation. In 2013, Ministry of Transportation stated that city, along with Ganja and Zangezur, will have new subway line within the framework of the 20-year subway program. Nakhchivan's trolley bus system at its height, it consisted of 3 lines and existed until 2004. Air Nakhchivan Airport is the only commercial airport serving Nakhchivan. The airport is connected by bus to the city center. There are domestic flights to Baku and international service to Russia and Turkey. Rail. In 2007, a new bridge across the Aras River to Iran opened and a Turkish rail line connected Nakhchivan indirectly to Baku in 2013. Currently, light rail line is working from Nakhchivan to Əliabad beyond to Shahrur. Notable residents. Some of the city's many prestigious residents include President of Azerbaijan Heydar Aliyev, Cuisine Javad, poet and playwright, founder of the progressive romanticism in Azerbaijani literature, writer Jalil Mammadgulzade, opera singer Asa Zeynalov, film director Arzade Tamasib, generals Huseyin Khan Nakhchivansky and Jamshid Nakhchivansky, artist Baraz Kangali and architect Ajami Nakhchivani. International relations. Twin towns, sister cities. Nakhchivan is twinned with various cities. Gallery.